like I really don't belong. I can't explain it. When I close my eyes, I see a strange reality. Am I dreaming, or on the edge of remembering? You wake up feeling like you really don't belong. You can't explain it, but when you close your eyes you see familiarity. Are you dreaming, or on the edge of remembering? So glad you chatted me up today. I'm glad you could be here. Your granddaughter is so cute. That's so sweet. So let me explain what I'm doing. You know about needle felting, using a needle with barbs on it to make little animals and figurines and stuff. Well, when I went to look up more about that, I discovered wet felting, and that just blew my mind, and I immediately fell in love with it. So I started making pocketbooks because I bought all these dresses that turned out not to have pockets. So I'm calling them poche de joie, cute for a pocket of joy. But along the way, I also came across somebody making other things, so I was learning. I'm an advanced beginner. I'm having so much fun. I made this for myself. I'm going to remold this. What this is a light, and I brought the light out in this one. So this is one I made on a rainy day last week. I have these little lights in it because they're really bright. I started off with little tea lights, but when I use darker colors, it's not enough. But oh my God, this came out so great as a mood light in my bedroom on the windowsill. And I know you can't really, the camera changes this and turns it kind of ultraviolet. So you can't really see what I'm trying to show you. Oh, there a little bit you can see, like over here. Yeah. Anyway, this thing is just so joyful. I'm really loving it. And this first one, this is the one that is so bright. I got it loosened up. It kind of got thrown around, so I'm going to shrink it some more. I love it. Is that your daughter? It's now my passion. Now, I was painting every day, and if you look back in my archives of videos here, you'll see a lot of painting. I have a 99-year-old dear friend who ended up moving into a nursing home, so I mail her paintings every week. But then I came across this. Now I'm making her paintings with felt, and she's flipping out. So happy. So I've made a bunch of pocketbooks. This one is going to be more, I have to put a button there. I love this. The colors, you know, all of this stuff. So it's, some of this got needle felted in to make it more secure, but I left it loose because I kind of like that effect. I made a couple of pocketbooks, and everywhere I go, I am getting so many compliments, which makes me happy. But I didn't make a painting this week. I tried a different experiment using an inlay, you know, the resist, and I wasn't happy with it. I used a yellow that I didn't like, and with the purple, I wanted the purple like a butterfly to show up. I already packed it away. Oh no, I'm going to use it as a trivet. It's not attractive, and I didn't want to go further with it because I wasn't enjoying working with the color. So I decided to make her something else, and what I'm making her is a vessel. So I need to remove the resist and see what we have, because I worked it inside out. So tell me, I know it's a lot of typing, how are you now? I mean, like, what's your focus? With a grandchild, I would imagine that's a big focus right there. Are you doing anything creative? What you up to that you like? Okay, now we have to turn this inside out to see how we did. But I didn't really want to... I used a very good felting material for the inside of the vessel. It's really stiff. And merino, which is soft and silkier on the outside. But I worked from the inside out, so all the silky stuff and embellishments went down first. Okay. Now I just have to decide what I want to do with it from here, because when I wash it and soak it in vinegar, from there I'll decide where I want to, how I want to mold it. But the vinegar wash brings the acidity back, the right pH back to the wool, and it gives us some sheen. Now see, that did not felt as well as I'd hoped. But that's what needle felting is for, which I just happen to have. Oh, wait a second, that's not going to fit in that little hole, is it? Now what I'm loving about this, in addition to just being, I can't sew, knit, or crochet. Being able to make something wearable and artsy, I just love it. Aww. Yeah, see, I can't do it. I lose track. I just, my hands go crazy, and I love the whole process of doing the wet felting, because even if my hands are having a bad day, I can still do some of it. I can do one thing or another. So I'm taking a break from painting right now, even though I've got a 4-foot canvas over here I've started, and it took 6 months to get to where it's at. Right now it's got a pound of wool hanging over it, airing out. If I was able to sew or crochet any of that, this probably wouldn't have hit me so hard. But I've wanted to make wearable stuff since I was a kid, especially when I was an entertainer, you know. I didn't want to get on stage wearing things everybody else had. And I had to just find them somewhere else because I could not sew. Oh, she did the needle felting. See, I like it, but I don't like it enough to make it, like, I'll put it this way. I have done it, but I like it in combination with wet felting. Let me show you a flower I made. Now, I haven't put any starch in this, and it's been getting flattened out. So this is 3 layers, but all 3 were wet felted, and these 2 were felted kind of together in the middle, and this big one on the outside was by itself. And then when everything was done, I needle felted it all together, and it looks really cool on my hat, even though it's not sticking on there right now. Now my friend, who's getting into some of the wet felting with me, she and another friend, they got me enrolled in a workshop to do needle felting a calla lily. So I did sign up because I thought, go and take an expert class so that you can, you know, ask questions. And it turned out to be really simple, but I did learn a couple of very important things I did not catch in videos, as many as I did watch. So it was worth the 20 bucks to go to the workshop. But I'm making, well, I'm making things like this. And here's a purse that I'm going to be working on to finish up. I have to make the strap for this, which I intend to do this weekend so I can finally wear this. This is what's going to go into the strap, and that's the wet felted purse. So it's wool and bamboo and silk. So it's my pocket of joy, and it'll go through here so it kind of holds it together, but it'll open up when I need to get in there and get more stuff in there. But it's not really made to, I mean, it will carry a lot of weight. I already hardcore tested another purse I made, and that thing is made to last. This is a little bit less so. I'm still learning about, you know, strengthening, you know, different areas of it, and I wasn't thinking ahead enough. So the wool is a little thin, but I tested it today, and it held this heavy metal can of spray starch, which surprised me. I put it right there where I could see a weaker spot, no movement. But we're not going to take chances carrying that kind of heavy stuff. It is meant to be kind of against the body, so you don't want it bulky. It's just, I needed something to carry my tissues, my lip stuff, my phone, you know, and a bottle of water. The stuff I'm never without, oh, and keys. But most of the stuff, like even in my wallet, I don't carry around every day. So this is going to be, there's the orange viscose, or pumpkin viscose. So that's going to be the strap. So everything I'm making right now is either a test strap, you know, a test strip. Like I got some llama fur. Oh my goodness, it's so silky. But it doesn't felt as well as wool. So I had to do a test with doing the llama fur on top of wool, and the wool migrated up and it held it, and it really cool effect, nice ripples. Made me think of those old, my grandmother had one, a Persian lamb coat. They used to be really curly, and I don't sell them. I don't sell them, I'm making them for me. Also, this year, our apartment company, the management company, and in this case also the owner of this building, so although he manages other buildings, this is his, and his father built it, and then he made this management company, and we are not allowed, we had to sign a waiver at the beginning of this year that we will not make money in our apartments. I can't even make tips. I cannot have any income earned from the apartment, from within the apartment. So even when I was on Twitch, I quit there because of Bezos owning it, but also I can't, why bother? I can't make any money on it now. If I do, I could get 30 days notice to move, to freaking move. Not even like a warning, it's like, we catch you making money and being anything but the poorest of the poor. I mean, honestly, they make it so there's just no way you can get ahead. So yeah. But I made Gary a gift. He's been following me for 18 years online now. Can you believe it, Miriam? We met 18 years ago on BlogTV. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And believe me, I would love to find a way around it. But everything is monitored. And I don't need problems. I love my apartment. It's not exactly the best, but I like the location. I like my views, and I have the quietest apartment in the entire building. Literally the penthouse. Top floor, corner apartment. My neighbor is the fire escape. Wow. Yeah, 30. Holy mackerel. Yeah. Yeah, it was a long time ago. This is my, August will make 19 years of consecutive broadcasting. But I have skipped around on channels. I loved the one that Esteban had, or still has, I don't know. But I don't have the money to pay for it every month now. And especially now that I can't accept any kind of donations. I suppose I could be, if there were enough people following me, I could have, they could gift, memberships, which is often what happened. People bought my time to make sure I stayed on the air. But then a few years ago, after the ordeal of the divorce, and going through the usual drama that accompanies divorce. I wrote my second Namaris novel, and I managed to get back up to New England after making a few detours, like down to Pennsylvania. Yeah, I just feel like I really lucked out in finding a place at all. But that's why I can't jeopardize it. But I am absolutely going to be making lots of stuff. I am totally addicted to it now. I just cannot stop. And I don't want to stop as long as I can afford the wool. And good news, I found a farm only 5 miles from here, because one of the problems was I found a couple like really good videos here online, but they're from Texas, and the postage for my wool, it's just ludicrous. It cost almost as much as the wool did, and I just can't afford that. So I found a farm 5 miles away that my friend and I are eventually going to get to, and I will have no postage, and it should be a fraction of the cost. Now normally I don't air to this holding in the air, but I'm not going to be able to get something this big, and I just want to tack this down a little. Just have to remember where your finger is. Although I've stabbed myself a couple of times, I've gotten pretty good at it. Just moving a little more slowly and not hurting myself. Also, I've got protective leather finger things. Oh, good. Yes, I am much happier on my own and without, you know, it just became such a burden. And now I'm completely free, which that's nothing to not smile about. I love cooking again because I'm not forced to, and I don't bake like I used to because I don't really eat bread except occasionally. So I like being able to make crepes, and not nice crepes like you're used to, but flatbreads, things like that I can throw in the frying pan. And I'm learning how to make stuff with more lentils and things like that. So I'm eating better, and it's costing less in general, although right now everything is way up. Now see, I predicted this, and I've been warning, oops, sorry about that. I've been warning people about this, that this time was coming. The moment that orange moron got elected, it's like, start stashing food, people, because they're cutting regulations. You're not going to want to eat what they're going to let into the public, and et cetera, et cetera. So not in a panicky way, because I don't have that kind of money to panic, and also no storage. I'm in a teeny little apartment. But I started collecting every time I went to the store. I got a little extra something dried or canned to have as a hedge against this time. So I'm delighted that I'm able to keep myself happy. I'm not getting this as straight across as I want. So, yeah, I am very happy. Oh no, I don't like any of that. I don't have to eat any of that to make up the nutrients that I get. I love my fresh veg, and since changing the order in which I eat things, I haven't had any serious digestive issues at all. Even the ones that I've lived with my entire life are gone. So I'm pretty confident I'm doing the right thing for my body now. And that's the thing, everybody's got to find what is going to work for their body. I'm not big on yogurt. I'm very not big on Jell-O. And, you know, Jell-O, the sources of that, don't know about them. I like fruit pectin enough to eat things made with that. Okay, so what I'm doing now, although you've probably seen it now from your daughter, it's called healing the edges. So after you make a cut, you have this raw dull edge, and this kind of makes it look like it belongs again. What I am into, I love feta in limited quantities because of the salt. I love Parmesan and some cheddar and some Munster and occasionally some Havarti. So I eat a little cheese, and I go through spurts with a little bit of lactated milk. I'm not that big on dairy because I'm lactose intolerant. Yogurts, the only yogurt I buy now, because you can make it at home, as you know, way better than and safer than buying it. But occasionally I'll buy one of those whipped ones, or it's more like a dessert, and I actually use it like a dessert. Right now I've got green peas growing on my windowsill. Very crowded. It's not for growing peas, it's for the greens. And I've been cutting them and adding them to various foods. And tonight it's going to be, I'm kind of torn about tonight's dinner. I have to plan in advance. Then don't force yourself. I eat chicken, I can eat anything now, but I try not to eat too much of certain things because of, now you gotta remember, I've got a blood cancer. It's different for me. I have to stay up on my vitamin D. I get cravings for beets because of the heme. If I get a craving for steak, which is not often, it's a signal to me, and I go out and I buy a good steak. But that does not happen often. Believe me, at these prices, it ain't happening at all. Because of budgetary constraints, I do like to have, I buy stuff out of season, basically. Like during the Christmas holidays, no one is buying ribs, so I buy ribs. And if you can't eat meat, then don't do it. Have you tried making tofu out of peas and lentils? It's two separate ones. You get a green pea tofu, and it's green, and you can use the red lentils to make a bright, happy, orange-looking tofu. Oh no, I do dehydrate. I do not have a, this is a one-bedroom apartment, Miriam. It's not the farm anymore. I have no place to put anything I would can. I do have stuff stashed under my bed, and the pantry is as full as I can get it underneath my dining room. I mean, I've got food stashed all over the damn place. But I don't get enough of any one thing now that I'm not growing my food. Well, they might probably mean soy tofu. You don't have to use soy for tofu. You can make a substitute with a different legume. You can use green peas. Look it up. There's five different kinds of tofu you can make that do not include soy. And there's stuff here on YouTube that shows you exactly how to do it. It's pretty fast too. And you should recheck that, because a lot of the people, like my sister and you, were told not to do soy products, which of course regular tofu in the grocery store is soy. Some of that no longer exists. They found it was not holding true. So you got to check up on that beyond your doctor, who may, just have things set in their head. But you can get, you can make your meat substitutes out of something that's safe to eat, like the red lentils, and do it in your kitchen, and you'll have something meatier, and you treat it like tofu. You cube it, air fry it, coat it in stuff, saute it, and it's got the same texture, or similar. I do not like soy in general. I don't like soy milk, and I do not like tofu. But the problem with that is also, I don't like the texture of tofu, even the really firm. But I've been wanting to try again, because now with the air fryer, there's more options of how you can cook it. But generally, for me, if I'm just going to mess around, like I've got, my proteins are already set. I've got my fish, my chicken, those are my two staples. And then beans. I love beans. I love my air fryer. Now, how do you like chickpeas? Because, oh my God, you can make tofu out of chickpeas. You make so much stuff out of chickpeas. You can make brownies with black beans, and chocolate cake with black beans. So you get a lot of protein at the same time you're having a treat. I don't have an Instapot. I don't have room for everything. I mean, I seriously don't have room. I have one bundt pan because I promised myself I was going to get a bundt pan, and I did a whole bunch of like YouGov surveys and all this stuff, and I finally got enough gift certificates and I bought a bundt pan. Well, I don't know if you've tried it in your air fryer, but if you get a can of chickpeas and rinse them out, dry them, and coat them very lightly with a little bit of oil and seasoning of your choice, and throw them in your air fryer, and you cook them, and they end up getting nice and crispy. I mean, there's all kinds of recipes for them to do this, so you get this crispy treat, and they're almost like a substitute for popcorn, way healthier. I have done an entire can. The first time I made them, I was a little too enthusiastic. It's not a good idea to eat the entire can. This makes me think of a perfume bottle. You're not standing up. It's really nice and stiff though. A lot of texture. Oh, I love the texture. Now, years ago, I would not have liked the texture. I'd go, my hands can't take it. But I learned the secret is to use merino wool, really fine, like 19 micron fine. Use that as your outer wool, and you can use the stronger stuff not against your skin. So anything touching skin, you use the soft wool, and anything just to add bulk or heat when you want to make a coat or a hat. This other stuff, the white stuff, is way coarse. You can feel a difference in your hand. I mean, it's soft. It's very soft. They use this to fill things. So if I was going to make a little animal, I would start with this because it's less expensive, it's coarser, and it felts up really fast. But the merino wool, now I think this is Corriedale, which is like, it's softer than the other stuff, but it's still kind of got a coarseness to it. when I got interested, the first thing I ordered was samples because I had no idea what I was doing. I needed to try things. So I got those like 35, basically a needle felting kit. So I got lots and lots of balls of yarn, and not all of them was real wool. Some of them were synthetic, and that was problematic because that doesn't felt. Is it Athena your granddaughter? You know I love that. Goddess of wisdom and the hunt. Focus. Well, you definitely want to make use of YouTube. There are so many good vegan cooks, and they've got candy made out of healthy stuff. Because we super poor people, we get a monthly food box made of the worst crap, except for 3 things that are really good and really better canned than fresh. Canned corn, canned diced tomatoes, and black beans or kidney beans. I'm not going to say they're the highest quality, but tomatoes are canned right from picking, so you're going to get the freshest tomatoes, bam, in their sauces, their canned stuff. Corn, same thing. Goes right into, let's can it, so you're going to get good corn. I don't do much corn, but I do collect some extra stuff from my neighbors. The black beans, I was trying to encourage people to be able to make something with all this stuff. So I found a recipe for making, well, basically like a black bean soup or stew, using the corn, the tomatoes, and the black beans, and then of course your onions, garlic, celery, whatever else you want to throw in. But then I found the black bean dessert recipes with 1 can of black beans and cocoa and sugar and all that stuff. You've got a variety of even the sweeteners. You can use, one recipe I found has coconut sugar instead of cane sugar. I do have some. I didn't think the people living here, I made them a surprise batch of brownies, fudge brownies, to see if anybody could detect black bean. Nobody did. But they were fudgy, because it had a lot of cocoa and chocolate chips, and of course I always add extra chocolate chips, so it was fudgy as hell. I made a believer out of somebody, and it turned out she had already become a believer by eating out at some restaurant that served her black bean chocolate cake. And she could not, she said there was nothing in that cake that would make me think beans, not in the least. But black beans are super creamy, and they lend themselves to certain kinds of foods. So I was like, all right, we have to try it. Yeah, you don't have to use coconut. I use cane sugar. And I'm sorry you're coconut allergic. That's a sucky one. Especially because, it is a healthy fat, but yeah. I have the lactose issue, but I am not actually, I don't think, extremely, I get a really weird reaction if I have fresh fish that I catch myself, like trout, freshwater fish. The only way I can eat a freshwater trout without everything starting to close up or burn is by dipping it in melted butter and garlic and then eating it, and then I can do it. Peppers? Which ones? The capsicums or the bells? Because they're not related, but either one is a bummer. So you can't go near paprika either, if it's in the capsicum. You can have garlic. Bell allergic. Oh, good. Well, I mean, not good, but better the bells than the others because they're good for your health. Nothing smoked. Nothing smoked. I'm not sure what that means. I mean, I know, like, oh, I mean, like, nothing smoked, like smoked salmon, smoked cheeses. Is it the artificial stuff? Yeah, right? Oh, I love my garlic. One thing, I don't know where I lost it in the moves because after Glenn, I moved a few times before I found a permanent place. I had a garlic thing from France. Just, you know, the little dish with the bumps in it that you just grate your garlic over so you don't lose any of the oils or juices. Smoked, oh, paprika, yeah. Yeah, see, they're sweet paprika or paprika. I grew up calling it paprika, and then when I went to a Hungarian restaurant, they called it paprikash, I think, paprikash. They didn't call it paprika, so I never changed it, and then other people started correcting me. No, it's paprika. Okay. Okay, well, this is a strange little vessel, and I'm going to have to soak it again and stuff it to get the bottom flat. And strangely enough, after that, I'm going to have to fold it and mail it. Well, I won't have to fold it, it's small enough. It's to be mailed to my 99-year-old friend. You know, I didn't use paprika or paprika very much growing up on my own. I mean, not growing up. On my own. I just never went much for it because I don't know what. I just didn't think much about it. I had a bunch of other spices I was very much into, but those are more the herbs. Basil and oregano and marjoram, which I didn't like on its own, but I liked it when it was more like Greek oregano. Thyme, lemon, thyme. I found some lemon thyme after all of these years. Okay, we're gonna try again. No, well, I haven't spoken to you in years. The last time we spoke, I don't remember. It was around my divorce time, wasn't it? Was it like 2014? 2016. I got divorced in 2016, so. Yeah, I've been like, I was, what do you call it, a gypsy until 2022. Mine passed away. This year makes, I think, 3 years. Oh, God, that's gorgeous. All right, let's go ahead and use some of this. Oh, good, merino. The lighter one will go in. Oh, wow. Oh, sorry about my mother, don't be. We don't really die, sweetie. We just change. So no grieving. So as I found out more about her after before she died than I needed to ever know. Okay, I think I'm gonna get some purple lavender. Okay, that was a while ago, wasn't it? When you got the cancer the second time? What year was that? Well, not that I want you to remember it, really. We don't want to keep going back to times of pain because that's how we recreate the chemistry in our body that created the pain in the first place. So we don't want to keep going back. Just move forward as much as you can. And it's easier when you've got a granddaughter because you have to think forward with a grandchild. Oh. Oh, well, that's important. That's wonderful they can have it. I mean, your mom, my goodness, how old is she now? Oh, see, this is a dirty batch. It's got a leaf all broken up in it. Ugh, I hate that. Then I end up picking out these little black dots and going, what the hell did this come from? From the barn. Hold on a second, let me catch up with what you wrote. 2024. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I guess you are younger than me. My mom was 89 when she crossed. And she had dementia at the end. And anything important to talk about it was too late. We did not have a chance to talk about anything important. So that's wonderful that you can. Ah, yes. Okay. Throw a little bit of green in there. Ooh, poofy minty. Isn't that beautiful? That, I think, is... Oh, that's from Texas, too. That's right. that. I hope the farms nearby carry all the colors I love. Ah. They don't change, do they? Mine did not. That's why I was like, you know what? Now, my choice was somewhat taken from me because of COVID. My mom passed just as they were starting to lift regulations for travel again. She was down in Florida, so I saw her right at the beginning. Actually, I saw her a couple of times. I went down there the last time to help find a place for her and my stepfather to move to. And, boy, was that unpleasant as hell. Oh no, again, you gotta remember my setup here. I'm in a little apartment. Very limited. I don't even have my own washer and dryer anymore. I don't have a car anymore. No, it's very different now. But like I said, I'm really happy. I don't think about the things I can't do. I just do what I can. Oh, this is so beautiful. Look at that. Gorgeous. Bamboo top. Aquamarine. This stuff is pricey. But I do not mind because it is so beautiful. And you don't need very much. Oh. Well, that would be nice if I had a place to put a salad spinner. When I moved in here, I had nothing. I didn't even have a bed. I had an air mattress. Which was okay because it's a small apartment. And it turned out to be 200 square feet, smaller than I was expecting. But, you know what they say about beggars can't be choosers. We also have some sari silk, rescued from Sarias. This stuff sticks to my fingers. The slightest bump on my skin just grabs it. Here, settle down. Exactly, right? You don't focus on the negative, you focus on what you have. I love where I'm at. What's really nice, even though I don't have a car, the bus system is privately owned. That's not what I like. That's not a great thing. But it stops every hour right outside at the end of my driveway. So if I want to take a bus to go to the post office or get a cup of coffee, I don't have to go far. And being old and disabled, I have a pass that reduces the price, which of course is extremely helpful. I have a bed now, of course. I liked my air mattress. Not great for putting sheets on it, but I had a 3-inch foam topper. I did okay. Well, you know, boric acid powder takes care of bed bugs. It's the only thing that's absolutely 100% guarantee will kill them. I keep boric acid powder under my sink. And that's actually what our pest control people use. It's like, yeah, I know about it. I've been using it since I lived in California for fleas. Because nothing takes care of those little hatchlings better than boric acid powder. And it's safe around cats and dogs. This is definitely Corriedale. I'm glad I have never had to deal with bed bugs, thank goodness, with all the other things we had in the South. That was not one of them. That would have just freaked me the hell out. Bed bugs. Oh my goodness. 2-year-old Gemini? Who did you send a picture of? That adorable little girl? Well, I'm so glad that you came in and hung out and caught me up a little. I'm glad that you're able to continue working. Athena. Oh, who's Gemini? Oh, you're referring to the astrology sign of your granddaughter? So, did she just have a birthday or getting ready to? Oh, love you too, Miriam. I'm so glad you're doing better. I hope you can stop by again. If you subbed, I go live at least 4 or 5 times a week, usually in the afternoon, because, well, usually in the afternoon after I'm done eating. And sometimes when I'm really excessively excited, I come on in the evening, but that's not as frequently. 6:10. Oh, okay. Why are you worried? Worry, the interest we pay on things that may never happen. text me. Don't worry, darling. Don't you worry about a thing. Oh, it's 1:18. It's my usual lunchtime kind of a thing, but I started at lunchtime instead of finishing. My schedule is very flexible for a lot of things, but I have Tai Chi in the afternoons on Thursdays, so I'm not here then. And I have a creative circle every Friday morning. That's coffee with the girls. Aside from that, it is mostly just me doing what I have to do, like we all do, you know, chores. But I finished my laundry yesterday, at least for a week, so I can play today. Yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it? And then the wool will come from behind it and hold on to it. I love this stuff. So yes, definitely. You did your Tai Chi on Mondays? Okay. It's good. I love it. Well, you have a great rest of the weekend. A 2-year-old is definitely going to keep you on your toes. The secret of staying young, right? Hang out with younger people. You sent a text. I can't look at it right this minute, sweetie, but I will look at it in a bit. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. We'll catch up. We'll catch up. I'm not going anywhere yet. Yet. There's my little icons. Oh. It's my little hearts. Oh, this is like silk. So pretty. Okay, now last layer. also memory review under storage. Okay, let us do the first wetting. now where this goes. Yeah, we're going to have to pull some of this up. We're going to make a little bit more of that. Gorgeous. Oh. I think we could use a little more mint green. It's getting quite warm in here. We have high pollen counts right now, and it'd be kind of silly to open up the windows as much as I really want to. thin there. You do want it a little bit thinner at the top so it lets more light through. And that's also why I'm staying with the light blues. It's got a much shorter staple. Interesting. to try the wedding. Ready or not. Okay. Right now, what we're looking at is the inside of the vase, inside of the vessel. Okay, now for this, we just start really gently. You don't want to displace any of the hair. Squeezes some of the water out. we're getting there. You know what, I think I'm just going to switch a piece of plastic out, because this is dry. And it's going to need to dry. You have a ways to go before you are felted. Just checking the time. I will be leaving in 15 minutes. And if this is not done, it'll have to wait till later or tomorrow. Need water. Just a little more. fulfilled. With one of my hairs, no. I better put my hair out. That's it. I'm gonna go get a hairband. Oh, that's so much better. My hair was still wet when I came to the table. That's cute. And who else sent me a message? Carol. I need my glasses to see that. Okay, now that I've got my hair up, it's about time to be done. 2 hours of sitting is, although I could probably make myself do it longer, it's not really healthy for your back or butt. If you have hemorrhoids or want them, then sit all the time. Sit, sit. If you don't want hemorrhoids, get up off your hemorrhoid area. That just crossed my mind as one of the things that you need to watch out for when you sit too much. Oh, I love these colors. It's gonna be wicked with light coming through it. We are almost there. It's going to be pretty. It's inside out right now. But because we've got viscose on the inside and some silk, we need to make sure it's really, really well felted. Which is why I'm using this technique, which seems to make stuff bunch up really well, really fast. And we don't have as much liquid in it now, which is good. Don't you wish this was one of those videos where I edit it and get rid of all of the repetitive stuff to make it? I don't actually do any editing. I'm too busy with other things, so it's always live and always real time. And try this way. So, 2:14 in the afternoon. It sounds like it's time for me to make an early dinner. If I eat enough now, I will not have to take another break. We can do another 2 hours later. Two of my favorite things right now, eating and felting. Yep, almost there. Gary, you made it just in time. I've been on for 2 hours, so I'm going to be getting off in a minute. gonna make food and then come back. Okay, well, I'll be gone for at least an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. So take your time. Miriam was here from BlogTV. You remember Miriam? French woman. She's got a little granddaughter now. It's 2 years old. Adorable. But, you know, 2. Okay, we're getting some nice felting now. We will continue the process for a few more minutes before I go. Okay, I think it's safe to turn inside out now. Okay. This is more or less what it'll look like after I finish the processing, which is washing the soap out, soaking it with some vinegar, and then reshaping it over here with no soap. But right now, we're going to leave this so that we can train the wool to keep the shape. And it's time to take a break. Thank you for hanging with me today. Okay. See y'all later after I am fed and watered. To help what? Oh, to help turn it off. 5 in the morning. Don't yell at the cat. You yelling is only making it worse. Cat's doing what it's supposed to do as a cat. But sorry you lost so much sleep. Well, I'm getting ready to go. I've been on for 2 hours. So I'll be back in a couple of hours after I have eaten. You missed Miriam from BlogTV. She will be back again, but not today.